We did a little taste test on recycled drinking water, which will soon be added to our water supplies, and many found it difficult to tell the difference from bottled water. But it's not the taste some people are worried about. Alicia Gates has been looking at whether drinking recycled water poses any health risks.
For Marilyn Haynes, the idea of drinking recycled water is hard to swallow.
It's not the yuck factor, it's the long-term and short-term health risks that I'm worried about.
Marilyn's a scientist and heads the group Queenslanders for Safe Water, Air and Food. She fears we're being used as a test case.
So it's really the unknown factor for you? Yes, because we are being used as guinea pigs. It's never been done on this scale anywhere in the world before.
It's a claim the Queensland Water Commission has hit back at.
Purified recycled water is not something that's new. It's been in place in places around the world for a very long time. For instance, in Virginia, the Upper Occoquan system there, they've been recycling water for 40 years.
The boss of the Recycled Water Project, Keith Davies, says there's no need for public concern.
Our water will be safe. We're going through a rigorous testing regime regulated by the state government through a new regulator of water, where we're going to meet the Australian drinking water guidelines and also some very stringent new guidelines for recycled water.
Nonetheless, some residents are afraid.
So Brian, how would you describe the scenario?
Well, what they've got planned, as I see it, is an absolute disaster waiting to happen.
I think it's a very, very dangerous path to be walking down.
Snow Manners agrees. He led the fight against drinking recycled water in Toowoomba 2 years ago and won. The former councillor says there's hard evidence the city was being used as a living laboratory.
We got in documents out under freedom of information to find that they can't get everything out of the sewage. So a chemical cocktail and a disease cocktail of everything that exists in our city is in that sewage, and that's what they propose to clean up. But the technology is not that advanced yet.
Not so, says Keith.
Although this technology is new, it's not as new to the sense that it hasn't had time to be tested.
Marilyn says one of the biggest concerns is hormones.
And also viruses and bacteria. If they're not disinfected, it could be a major health risk. It could be a pandemic, beginning of a pandemic.
Again, a claim the Water Commission rejects.
The health studies that have been done have found that there are no ill effects from people drinking recycled water long term.
A seven-step treatment scheme is at the heart of attempts to ensure Queenslanders that their drinking supply will be safe. So what is the process?
We took a tour of Bundamba's advanced water treatment plant for a closer look. The first barrier will be strong controls on what substances can enter the wastewater stream. There'll be no industrial or hospital waste. The second stage will see traditional filtration remove solids, nitrogen and phosphates. Then at stage 3, E. coli and fine particles are removed through microfiltration.
This filter takes out the solids, some viruses, and the larger molecules to go through the first stage of the filtration.
Stage 4 is a fine mesh filtration process called reverse osmosis. Things like pharmaceutical hormones are targeted in stage 5, where intense beams of ultraviolet light are injected into the water to break down any remaining impurities.
These units are very similar to the units that are used in medicine, in doctors' area or the dentist area, where they sterilise their equipment using ultraviolet.
As an extra precaution, a sixth barrier sees the water mixed and diluted with rainwater storages in Wivenhoe Dam. And in the final step, the dam water, which now includes recycled water, flows down the Brisbane River and is put through the city's existing filtration plants before going out to the public.
So Keith, what happens here if there's a system failure?
In the very unlikely event that there is a failure of any of the 3 barriers we've seen today, the online testing in the plant is designed to shut the plant down, so no water can get out that's outside of the specification.
So there's no need for residents to worry?
There's not. This is a very safe and reliable process.
But there are still sceptics who say they'll be switching to bottled water.
You're going to have a toxic soup up there in Wivenhoe Dam that you'll never get rid of.
Like it or not, come February, the majority of our water supply in the southeast will contain purified recycled water.